Hey, what's going on, you guys? Joshua Elder here. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to give you an email marketing tutorial for beginners. I'm going to show you the results of a recent campaign that I ran, and you guys are going to get an idea of what you need to do to go from zero to making $10,000 per month with email marketing. So as always, I've got an outline for you here that we're going to go over. So if you guys are excited for the video, go ahead and give me a like, give me that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you want to receive more videos on marketing, mindset, and really overall building more wealth. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel by slamming that red subscribe button. Go ahead and tick the bell icon to be notified of all future videos that I upload when I upload them. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's dive into the content. This is also going to be kind of like a get response and Aweber comparison. We will talk about autoresponders, what they are, and which one you should get started with. But first, let's go ahead and explain this little graphic that we have here that I just wrote out before we got started here. So we're going to be talking about the flow of an email marketing business, really what it looks like. And there's a three-step process that you have. You have the email traffic provider that sends you traffic. You have a capture page, and then you have a sales page. And that's what these three things are right here. You got the traffic provider, the capture page, and the thank you page, or the sales page in this case right here. So there are many ways to drive traffic into a business, right? Specifically today, we're going to be talking about email traffic, and there's many providers that you can go with. And this is a game in of itself. You can test tons of different email traffic providers to find out which one is the best. But a lot of people fault and ignorant to traffic providers that don't give them quality traffic. So when you're looking for a provider, specifically on marketplaces like Udemy.com, we'll actually jump over there real quickly. This is one of the first places that I would go to if I were you and I were purchasing traffic. Udemy is kind of like an Amazon for solo ad providers. And a solo ad provider is simply a provider that has an email contact list that will share their list with you for a flat fee. So you'll pay typically by click. So for example, let's say that you want to get 500 clicks at $1 per click to make it easy, you would pay $500. And so what would happen is the email provider would send out an email to their list. That list would generate 500 clicks, and you would essentially get emails from their list onto your list. And the way that that process works is, once again, this three-step process. So you buy the traffic from the email traffic provider. They send you the link that you provide them, the capture page that you provide them, and then they will send the traffic to that capture page, and then the traffic will fill out their email address, press the submit button, and then that traffic will go to whatever product or service you're promoting. Now, if you don't know how to create a capture page, you don't have a product to promote, there's going to be a link in the description below. This is going to give you access to my top recommended system that has done for you capture pages and a done for you product that you can plug into and start generating results right off the bat. So before you select an Udemy provider and you start sending traffic, you want to make sure that you have another piece set up. And that is the autoresponders, or the automated emails that are preloaded and pre-set up before you start running your campaign. So by the time you start running the campaign, you'll have this page set up, you'll have this page set up, and you'll have at least 3 or 4 autoresponders going out to your email list automatically. So as soon as somebody signs up to this page, then what you can do is you can schedule an autoresponder to go out immediately or 2 hours from now. And then after that first autoresponder goes out, then you can schedule an autoresponder to go out every day thereafter. So the way that I typically set it up is I have my first autoresponder email that essentially says, hey, here's what you requested on the capture page here. And then essentially what I do is I just send them back to the sales page right here. Okay, so I'm reminding them, hey, sometimes life happens. Maybe you didn't get a chance to go and watch the whole entire video or read the whole entire sales letter, but I want to remind you that this is what you requested to receive. So that's what the first email is all about. The second email is essentially the same. The only difference is that you have a section that tells a little bit about yourself. So you can link people off of the email to like a video that tells people your background, your story, why you got into the niche that you got into, what type of results that you're getting, the vision that you have for the niche that you're specifically in. And this is a deal breaker here. It's like meeting somebody for the first time. You want to make a good impression. The reason why people are going to buy from you is because they like you, they trust you. There's always two reasons that determine why somebody buys or not. Number one, they either like or don't like the offer. And number two, they either trust or they don't trust you. If you can create a good offer or send them to a good offer if you're an affiliate marketer, and if you can build trust, then they will buy from you. And that's the real purpose of an autoresponder sequence. If you don't see a lot of people buying from here, most people won't. You'll see about 1 or 2 out of every 100 people purchase from here. And often it's even lower than that these days. So you need to do a really good job of building a relationship within your autoresponder sequence. So after this first email, the very next day, they're automatically going to receive the second email. Hey, I want to remind you, did you get a chance to see this offer? And also, here's a little bit about myself. Because chances are there's some people that won't receive this email, but they'll receive this email right here. And then email number 3 goes out the next day after email number 2. And once again, reminds them, hey, did you get to see this? Maybe you didn't get my first 2 emails. I want to remind you, this is what you requested. So it's kind of taking the weight off of your shoulders and putting it on them and reminding them, this is what you requested, because they get tons and tons of emails every single day. And so it's useful even to email a couple times a day within your first few days, because that's when they're hot. That's when they're interested in what you have to offer. So even sending out 2 emails a day can be super useful, but of course a little bit more advanced as well. But to keep things plain and simple as a beginner, have your first email, your second email go out after the first email, the third email, so on and so forth. And then the fourth email, you can just say, hey, I want to thank you for being a subscriber and being somebody that I value. I've got tons of great quality content that's going to be coming your way. So I want to let you know that I'm putting you first as my prospect, as somebody that's on my list. And hopefully I can build enough of a relationship with you that you purchase my stuff. If not, that's okay too. I hope you continue to get value from me. And you guys will notice that I even do this in a lot of my videos. I follow that same exact formula because people will buy from you when they are ready. You don't need to force people to buy stuff from you. They will remember you as long as you're putting yourself in front of them consistently, whether it be through email or video. This sequence all works the same regardless of what platform that you're on. So after you send out your email autoresponder sequence, and once again, it could be 4 days, it could be 4 weeks long. I like to do it just a few days and then send out broadcast emails, especially if I'm plugging into like an automated done for you system. So like if you click the link below, that will lead you to a done for you system where all of this stuff is actually set up for you. You don't have to create the capture pages. You don't have to create the sales page. You don't have to create the autoresponder series. Somebody else actually does that for you. But eventually at some point, you want to replace their autoresponders with your autoresponders, or even mix your autoresponders in with theirs. Because what will happen is these autoresponders, these done for you autoresponders, will brand the product owner. And what you want to do is you want to brand yourself. That's how you differentiate yourself from the marketplace. Most people, they'll plug into a system and they'll fail with it because there's 1,000, 2,000, 10,000, 100,000 other people promoting the same thing. The reason why I'm so successful with my campaigns and I make well over $1,000 a day is because of the fact that I inject myself into the sales process and the education process. So what you want to do is, if you can at some point, right, once you get your first few leads, go with the done for you system. Then once you get your first few leads, then start integrating your story instead of the guru story, the product owner story, or even integrate both. And that's going to be the separator. That's going to be the differentiator of you succeeding versus you failing. So after you have your autoresponders, then what you can start to do is send out broadcast emails. These are not automated emails. You actually schedule these emails, write these emails, and send them out whenever you may. And so what I like to do is I like to send out broadcast emails at least 3 times a week, educating people on a new topic that will help them get from where they are at to where they want to be, such as this video. Most people that are coming here either through YouTube or through email. And then I give value. And then throughout the content, I might have a call to action like I've been doing throughout this video. You do the same thing when it comes to email marketing. You can send broadcasts out that give value inside of the email, and then intermittently in the email, you can have calls to actions leading people back to the sales page. So in all these autoresponders, what we're doing is we're leading people back to the sales page right here. So except autoresponder number 2 is all about telling people your story, who you are, and then of course reminding people to go back to the sales page. So we're going to show you guys some examples of autoresponders and broadcast emails right now. And heck, I'll even show you an example of what a capture page and a thank you or a sales page looks like. So let's actually show you that first. So if I go to one of my websites right here, I've shown this many times and I've had this for quite some time. I even need to change this to 2019. But this converts incredibly well. This is an example of a capture page. You got the headline, subheadline, and the button here. When people click that button and they enter their email address, click to go here and get access now, and they go to the sales page or / thank you page. In this instance, I've actually got a thank you page that then leads people to a sign up / sales page. So in this thank you page, essentially what I'm doing is I'm showing people results. On your thank you page, either tell your story and the transformation of that story to where you're at today. Even if you have no results, you tell your background, your story, why you decided to get into whatever you got into, and then maybe your vision for what you want in your life, and then have a call to action telling people what to do next. If they share your vision, they want the same thing, right? At the end of the day, people buy vision. Say this in all my videos. They don't buy just products or opportunities. They buy why you do something, not what you do. So this leads people directly from this page to the sign up page right here. In AKA, this would be typically the sales page. So since this is a system, this is where people go through the process of signing up for different income streams for this specific system. So this sales page right here can represent a sign up page for a system. It could be a sales letter. It could be a webinar. It could be a webinar replay. It could be many different things. But it really just depends on what you're selling. So that's an example of a capture page and sort of a thank you page / sales page there. And then you have your autoresponders here. And I've actually been testing 2 autoresponder services to kind of see which one is the best. And I think a lot of you guys will get some value from this. One of the autoresponder services is GetResponse. Another one is Aweber. Okay, and I actually ran a live campaign where we purchased 500 clicks, and I wanted to see what type of result that we would get on GetResponse versus Aweber. And then this is specifically for broadcast emails. So we actually set up our automated email autoresponder sequence in GetResponse. And again, GetResponse and Aweber are simply autoresponder softwares that log names and email addresses for you. So when somebody fills out their information right here, this is the service where all your emails will be logged. So then you can mass email hundreds, thousands, even hundreds of thousands and millions of people at once. And this is where true automation and leverage occurs. So you're not having to go through every single email individually and email all these people, especially if it's easily over even a dozen takes quite a bit of time. So these are the 4 emails that go out on my behalf and my business partner's behalf, because we actually set this up together. So this is the first email that says, hey, you requested to receive XYZ. Intermittently here it has links where they can go back to that sales page. In this case, it's an actual sign up page for a webinar. And when people sign up to this webinar and they decide to purchase the product, myself and my business partner get a commission off of that. This is called affiliate marketing. We're essentially the middleman. We're referring people to other people's products, and everything is coded through links. So when somebody purchases, that sale is tracked back to the original affiliate link that they went through. So you've got the affiliate links throughout here. And then of course you've got the close at the bottom. And the whole purpose of email number 1 is, hey, here's what you requested. And then you have email number 2, which of course at the beginning is, hey, here's a little bit about me. And then we link people out to a YouTube video right here that tells a little bit about our background and our story. And then once again, we got a reminder, you just check this out, so on and so forth. Talk to you soon and see you in the next email. And then email number 3 is a reminder. Once again, you got links spread out intermittently here. Then you have the close at the bottom. And then you have email number 4, which is, hey, thank you for being a subscriber. I want to give you a special thank you gift as a way of showing my gratitude. So keep your eye out on an email over the next couple of days, and I'll send you something really cool. So this will keep people like inside of their email inbox looking every single day, which is going to help increase your open rates and your click-through rates. Gives them something to look forward to. People love something to look forward to. And then of course we have the reminder. If you haven't seen this yet, click here, talk soon, and the close. So you've got your follow-up emails, and then of course you have broadcast emails right here. So what we did is we actually tested the difference between the open and click-through rate on GetResponse here and on Aweber right here. So let's jump back here. Let's talk about open rate and click-through rate. So this is essentially saying this email number 1, out of 100 people, about 4.76%, so right around 4 people, are opening that email out of 100. Then the click-through rate is less than 1%. So out of 100 people, less than 1 person is actually clicking through to go and check out the offer. Now, you want to tweak these over time. So to improve your open rate, guys, and this is big, there's 2 things you should take away from this video, is picking the right solo ad provider and then testing different subject lines and testing the body of your email. So in this case, you don't see the subject line in this, specific email here, but the subject line is initially when you go to your email inbox and you see all the email titles there, that would be considered a subject line. And that subject line gets people to open. That's the first step, is getting people to open. The second step is getting people to click. That's why I have numerous links throughout this email. Because number 1, you want to educate them, you want to build a relationship, and simultaneously, what you really want to do is sell the click. You want to get people to click over to the affiliate offer or what you're selling. To add to that, once you get a little bit more advanced, you not only just want to send people straight to an offer, because that's what most people do, you want to send people to a bridge. And a bridge is essentially exactly what I said. It bridges people from the email to the actual offer. So what you could do is you can send people to a YouTube video that educates people a little bit about the offer, then sends people over to the offer. You can send people to a Facebook post or a blog that does the same thing, then sends people over to the offer. And then you'll find that your conversions increase drastically. So you'll notice when you start to mix in your own marketing material throughout your autoresponder, remember we talked about mixing your own unique emails with autoresponder emails, as well as mixing in your own bridge page. So sending people from the email instead of the affiliate offer like most people will do, send them to a bridge page where you can pre-sell, pre-educate them about the offer, and then send them to the offer. And that's what super affiliates are doing to get massive results. So if you want to become a super affiliate, click the link below in the description. Check out my top recommended system where we're going to help you set all this stuff up for you and really teach you how to become an independent entrepreneur online and stand on your 2 feet. So essentially what I should have done here is I should have tested 2 separate subject lines on this first email here. And then I should have done it for the second email, the third email, and the fourth email. So what GetResponse and Aweber will allow you to do is test different subject lines. So for example, 50% of people on your list will receive one subject line, and then 50% will receive another subject line. And then out of those 2, you can find out the winner, replace that with the loser. So next time you buy another solo ad, you can test a brand new subject line against the previous winner. And then you would just rinse and repeat until you get optimal open rates. Then after that, you would do the same thing with the click-through rates. You could do both of these together. So you're noticing that marketing is a lot of testing. It's a lot of split testing. It's a lot of finding out what works and what doesn't work. So many newbies are afraid to fail in the beginning to find out what their numbers are, because when they find their numbers, you can pretty much scale to the moon. So if you spend a few hundred, a few $1,000s testing, but that turns into a $20,000, $30,000 a month income, it's probably worth it, right? Because when you win in marketing, you win big. So what we decided to do is we decided to test a few broadcast emails. So I decided to send out 2 broadcast emails with GetResponse, and then I sent out about 5 emails. One of them was kind of on accident on behalf of Aweber. And here are my results, and here's kind of how I did it. So number 1, I sent out an email here, and this is my very first email. I got a 2.65% open rate and a 0.2% click-through rate, which really isn't that good. And so what I decided to do, I'm like, okay, I waited 24 hours. After those 24 hours, I'm like, okay, these are the people that opened, these are the people that didn't. So what I did is I took the people that did not open, and I did what's called segmentation. And segmentation is where you can take the people that didn't open, separate them from the people that did open, and you could just email those people that didn't open. And so I decided to try that. And I tried that with Aweber. Okay, so you can see that 491 people were sent this email subject line, then 482, then 475, and then 464. So with GetResponse, what I did for the second email, I forgot this segment, and I just sent out just a different subject line with the same email body in this email, and I got an even lower unique open rate, which told me that the subject line in this email, it wasn't better than the subject line here. Now, although that happened, I might have gotten different people to open my emails than I did before. So with Aweber, what I did is I decided, okay, let's take this whole entire list. Let's plug into Aweber right here. You can see 491 people. I'm like, let's send out an email here and see if maybe some emails that I'm sending out through GetResponse is ending up in the spam folder. So what I did is I sent out these emails here, and I got 2% open rate on this first email, and then a 0.4% click-through rate here, which isn't really better than what I got in GetResponse. So I'm like, okay, well, still don't have enough data to really make a decision on which autoresponder is better. So let's send out another email and segment the people that did not open with a different subject line. That's what I did right here. I got an extra 1.7% to open. 0.2% of them clicked. So I'm still just testing one variable at a time right now. I'm just testing the subject line. So I waited 24 hours and I sent out another email, segmented, of course, the people that did not open. Sent out this email that said, congratulations, trying a different headline. Boom, look, went up to 3.2%, and even the click-through rate rose. Now, what I did in this email is I did change the body as well. So let me actually show you this email real quickly. And let me go and see if I can view it down here. So you can see that it said click here now. So having shorter emails with a clear call to action makes a world of difference in getting people to click. That's why you're seeing the rise in the click-through rate. You're also seeing the rise in the open rate because the subject line was pretty hypey. It said congratulations with 4 exclamation points. And then what I did is I meant to send this to a different list, but I accidentally sent it out to these same people. And as a result of that, because I sent it out so quickly instead of waiting 24 hours, I got a complaint there. So this was completely accident. And so what I did is I decided to take the people that didn't open this segmentation here. That's why you're seeing the 464 here. I decided to try a different subject line here to once again see what would happen. Got 1.5% open rate, no clicks there. But what I'm noticing is that more and more unique people are opening my emails over time if I have a different subject line. So I'm not changing the body other than this one email here, because you want to just test one variable at a time. Once you find that people are opening after you keep segmenting, then you could start focusing on getting people to click. Okay, so that's a tutorial in getting started the right way with email marketing. I gave you some beginner insights as well to some intermediate and advanced. So if I could clarify, make sure that you have an autoresponder series. Make sure that you're broadcasting at least 3 times a week, if not every single day. And then test subject lines, test your body, test your click-through rates, and then start testing those separately to improve each of those specific individual variables. So on the subject line, find out the opens on that, and then segment the people that didn't open and then try a new subject line, and then so on and so forth. And then start testing the body, the click-through within the body, test where your links are at in your body, and then rinse and repeat until you get a pretty good idea of what quality subject lines to use and where to place your links in the body of your emails. With that said, I hope you got value from this tutorial. What I found is that GetResponse and Aweber, as far as deliverability and everything overall, they're pretty equal. But when it comes to purchasing email traffic and doing solo ads, it's really a game of being consistent, sending out daily emails, and consistently following up. So if you got value from this, give me a thumbs up. Once again, subscribe to the channel if you like tutorial videos like these. Don't forget to tick that bell icon to be notified of all future videos that I upload when I upload them. If you just subscribe, you're not guaranteed to be notified. And then if you want a done-for-you, complete done-for-you marketing system, go ahead, click the first link in the description below, and we'll see you on the next page. Take care. This is Josh Eller signing out, and we'll talk to you soon.